Okay, so you've got your book that you're going to personalize and you're going to collage to be yours. It's ready to be collaged. It has already one coat of matte media on it, so it's got a good base. The materials you'll be using, or you can use, are some plain old plastic wrap from the kitchen, some wax paper from the kitchen. We'll be using Mod Podge, which is fine, and it's inexpensive and it's easy to get. You can get it at Home Depot. You can get it at Walmart. You don't have to go to an art store to get it. A paintbrush. This will be your glue. And then the items that you want to personalize it with. The demonstration I'm going to do, I'm going to use a napkin so I can show you some techniques with napkins. That's a lot of fun. And I've printed off some words on white paper. This is a PDF that's available to you, and I did it on white paper in case that was the only color of paper you have. You can also print it on colored paper. You can write it yourself. You can make your own words, your name, put it in your font, print it. Whatever is best for the way you want to personalize your journal. Okay, the first step is to gather up the applications that you want to put on your journal. So for this one, because this to me made me think of being at the beach and drinking a glass of wine at sunset, I took the napkin and I tore it apart. This was a 2-ply napkin. So it had, and that's important, that you do need to tear your napkin apart. If it's 3-ply, you'll have one more ply to pull off. Pull that off. Save this because I actually ended up using this. And then I started tearing pieces out of the napkin and tearing some more and moving and changing and figuring out how I wanted to place it on my journal. So I came up. I like the word Chardonnay. So I've got that. And see, it felt like I needed something there. So I tore out another little bottle. And then I cut out the words, my journey, and I colored them with colored pencils. But I couldn't, it never felt right to me. I kept trying to get it darker, but it just wouldn't get dark enough. So I'll probably use those for another one. What I did was I took my words and I took the backing from the napkin, put it on the words, and then traced them, because what I like about this backing is the dark background will now show through when I glue these words on. So it ended up with this. Now you'll notice that you got to be kind of careful with your ink because it does spread out on this tissue paper. And I'm going to want to make sure it's very dry before I actually glue it down. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. I look now and I think I'm planning my layers. And for sure, I see this is the first layer. It's on the bottom. Because I'll put the first layer, I'll put a coat all the way across. I'll put the next layer, which is this one, a coat all the way across. And then I'll do this last one and a coat all the way across. Your key will be to let your coats dry in between each layer. And the nice thing is, because it's going to be 3 layers, it'll have this awesome feel to it when it's finished. Okay, let's get started. Here's a lesson I learned the hard way. Take your piece of wax paper, a piece of wax paper, and put it under. I'm gonna take these off for now. put your wax paper under your front cover, so between your front cover and your first page. Can you see what happened when my lesson learned? Because when I coat this, I'm going to go all the way to the ends with the Mod Podge, and I ended up having to unglue pieces of paper that glued together on the sides. Okay, so here we go. I'm ready to put on my first, and now here's another trick. Now I'm going to take a piece of plastic wrap, and I'm going to use this plastic wrap to help me get my applique on there. I'll take the plastic wrap. I'm going to put face down. So you see what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my Mod Podge, my glue, on the back side, carefully on the back side of this, and then I'll transfer this over here. By using the wax paper, it lets me stretch it out. You can put your Mod Podge down, and this one's pretty large, so this one would probably work okay. Put your applique down and then smooth it down. But let me show you this, because this tends to help you not have wrinkles, or not as many wrinkles. Actually, I don't mind the wrinkles because I think they give some texture. Okay, so here I go. I'm going to use my brush, and I'm not going to put a whole lot. I'm going to try to be a little bit careful. If I put too much, this is very thin paper, and it'll already start tearing up. Mainly what I'm wanting to try to do is come from the inside and get a little brush stroke out all the way to the edge. So here we go. And you know what? If I mess it up, there's more napkin. I'm not putting a whole lot. Yeah, it's a little trickier. Okay, I think I've got it all the way around the edge and a little in the middle. So now I'm going to the journal, and I'm going to place it hopefully about where I want it. I'm holding here in the middle. I need to smooth it just a little bit. I'm holding here in the middle, and I'm pulling my plastic wrap out. Pulling, because I can pull the plastic wrap. If I tried to pull the napkin, it would tear. So I'm pulling it out from the center out. Oops, see, I did get some wrinkle there. Pull it out. Smooth it down. Now here I'm coming this way, pulling my plastic wrap and smoothing down, pulling the wrap, smoothing down, pulling the wrap, smoothing out and down, out and down. That's what's nice about the plastic wrap. It lets you go ahead and push and smooth it down. Okay. Hey, not too bad. Let's go ahead and put just a little bit more on this. Some people wait till it dries. See why I'm so glad I have the wax paper under there. I'm just checking in case there's any. I love it. Okay, now you let this dry. You go rinse out your brush, wash out your brush with soap and water because you don't want this to dry on your brush. And grab you something to drink and come back. Okay, I'm back. It's dry, so I'm going to cover my whole picture. It's okay if you get it on the binding on the edge. This is where we really, I think, make the book so cool. See, I'm going all the way out to the edge. Okay, now we let that dry. In the sake of time, I could let that dry and then add my next on here. I think for just showing different methods. Notice that I've still got a lot of the matte media, the Mod Podge on there. I'm going to go ahead and put this other bottle of wine, and then I'm going to put my paper over it and use my paper to push it down because it is a small piece. If it were a very big piece, this might not be so easy to do. Awesome, look at that. It's looking great. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more on this bottle. Okay. Now it's break time. So go get your cup of coffee, a glass of wine, and you want to let this dry thoroughly. And we've got one more piece to add on. Don't forget to rinse out your brush. See you in a little bit. Okay, we're back. It's nice and dry. So now I want to add on my words. I don't always put words on there, but what do you think? A little bit sideways like that? Or I'm thinking back for these words. I did like the words being separate, so you know what? Hey, this is our journal. I'm going to go ahead and make it two. If you notice, I do like to make them kind of like clouds around the words, so when I cut them out, I want a my up there. Fix this one. This is really thin paper. And journey down here. Yeah, I think I like that better. Okay, this is very thin paper, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the plastic wrap, but I'm going to do it similar to how we did this bottle here. So I see about where I need to put the Mod Podge. Let me move this, put a little bit here. Place this on it. Here I go with my paper to push it down. That looks good. Yeah, that's working better. And see, it's thin enough, but look how you see the color through. Okay, here we go. Let's do our last word. Down. Some people can even use a credit card to squish it down. Okay. Now, we let this dry. We come back and I will add one more full coat. It's probably overkill, but I like the different feel of the different layers. So I hope you have fun making your journal and personalizing it. And you know what? A week from now, if I see something else that I wished I would have added, I can come back in, take my Mod Podge, and do the same thing and keep adding to it. So you enjoy, and don't forget, once you get it all personalized, do a lot of writing inside. See you later.